What is up, guys? Welcome back. Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a video. I was in the process of moving, and I was kind of more focused on that and also trying to get rid of the shell, which later on I'm going to talk about what happened with that. But officially moved in about 2 weeks ago. So I was in the process of just getting everything else moved out of the old house. Then we moved out of there. I ordered a few parts, waited all that for them to come in, and then start working over here. Had to get everything reorganized. This garage is definitely a lot smaller, a lot less room to work with. But I mean, the big project was the Coyote swap. That's already done. There's not much else ready to go, other than maybe pulling the transmission again. But it should be a little bit more straightforward. I should only have to do a little few things here and there. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Maybe building the transmission. It all depends on how bad I think it is. So we'll see once I pull it. So the thing I was going to work on now was, so I got these wheels off the S550, and these are actually pretty nice. They're kind of growing on me. They look really good. I like the black. And I got these specifically because they're 19-inch, 19 by 9, so they'll specifically fit over these brand new babies I have here, which I gotta tuck away a little bit because I have to put the wheel back on. These bad boys. This giant 6-piston Brembos off of the S550. Looking good. Nice and huge, beefy pads. That's why I wanted these instead of the GT500 ones. So these should be perfect for the application for taking it to the track and autocrossing and all that. And I also got the GT500 rear brake upgrade, the 13.8-inch rear brakes, about a week before. I was just waiting for the front to come in so I can do them all at once. But I also got the tires. So these are going to be the daily driving tires. So that's why it has Pirellis on it. They're all seasoned. Perfect for daily driving. I've had nothing but good experiences with the P0. And then I still have the performance pack wheels, the ones that you've seen on all the GTs, 11 and 14. Those are in the closet. And I have Pilot Sport 4S's tires that are waiting to be put on them, which I'm probably going to wait on that now. I was going to do that tomorrow. I have to put the brakes on. But I have a few issues. So I got the rears, I got the calipers, I got the brake lines inside too, I even got the rotors, or so I thought. So when I was initially looking at what was going to be necessary for the swap for using the S550 Brembos, it mentioned using brake pads off of the 1314 GT500s. So I used a website, 4 Parts Giant, and I typed in the brake rotors for a 2013 GT500. What I did not know at the time was they swapped over the size of the rotors halfway through 2013, or maybe like near the beginning. But because of that, when I typed it in and it showed me the rotors, it actually showed me the ones previous to that. So what I should have done is I should have searched for 2014 GT500 rotors, and I would have found the correct ones. So, consequently, because of that, these rotors are not the right size. So the rotors you need for the S550 6-piston Brembos have to be 15-inch, whereas these, I'm kind of like hold it real close, you can see from right there, they're actually 14-inch. So they are not the right size, unfortunately, which really sucks. And because of everything that's going on in the world right now, this took almost 2.5 weeks to get to here. So it took a long time to get here, and I kind of feel really dumb because I ordered the wrong part and didn't realize it until yesterday. So I had to kind of scramble and see what I could do. From what I could find, there wasn't really anywhere else that I can get them like as soon as possible. There isn't anyone selling them nearby, and none of the locations that I looked into, like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, or Napa, or any of those places, have any in stock that will show up anytime soon. As soon as I've seen, I think, was Advanced Auto, and they had it until Tuesday. That's always a maybe too. It's maybe Tuesday. It could always get delayed, and it can always take longer than that. So what I did is I tried to see if I could find the rotors that would fit and try to order them online and hopefully get them as soon as possible, and then picking the soonest shipping without being too expensive. What I ended up finding out is there's actually different versions of these rotors, And in the end, it doesn't actually matter because I ordered the ones off of a website. I think it was Tasca. And they got them to me pretty quick once they processed the order. But so I ordered this part number, which you can see there. And what apparently they do with these is for a lot of like the replacement parts that obviously if you get used in that car, you're gonna replace them, like pads, rotors, spark plugs, stuff like that. For the most part, it's always going to end up being a motorcraft part as opposed to like an OEM like blue packaging part. I don't know if I have anything in here that has that kind of packaging that I'm talking about, but because of that, you can see on there there's a second code, which is the BRF Tech 6 motorcraft part. So there's two part numbers you can look. I'm not sure if it makes a big difference. From what I heard, if you try to order or get the part using the Ford parts number code, you're gonna get a motorcraft part anyways, because they only get the original codes for production vehicles when it's brand new or if it's a replacement, from what I've heard. So it's usually better to just buy the motorcraft version, which is probably going to be the exact same thing. I'm just going to look into it and verify. But from what I heard, is motorcraft usually is made in China. This one looks like it says it's made in Italy. So at least it's not made in China. So there's always that. So doing that, I looked up what the 14 GT500 rotors would be for the motorcraft number, which is a BRF 218. And I found two websites that have them for not too expensive, and then I can get them for, actually shipping was really cheap, which surprised me, and should hopefully show up at least Tuesday, which won't be too long for now. So I ordered those should be coming in hopefully Tuesday, and then as soon as those show up, I can install that. I might install the rears anyways. I just need to check, see if I have clearance on the right side to take the axle out, so I can swap this plate so you can mount up the caliper on it. So you can see there, it has the dust cover on there right now actually. So hopefully they'll show up Tuesday so I can get those swapped on. And then after that, I'll take this car out to Discount Tire where I got my tires, and then get the tires thrown on the performance pack, and then bring those back home. So as far as right now, I'm kind of stuck in this little scenario I put myself in. So I have calipers but no rotors, but then I have these calipers, and there's actually a second option you can do, and some people do. They take these and then you use the 4-piston calipers off of the S550, or even performance pack calipers off the GTs from the 11 to 14. Those were 4 pistons instead of 6 pistons, which 6 pistons is usually the GT500 or the higher performance pack S550s, which I think the 4 pistons are the default size front brake calipers on the new GTs. So I actually found someone locally that's selling them. I asked them how much they would sell it for just the calipers, pads, and brake lines. So I'm gonna go meet up with him, see what he's willing to let those go for, and I might end up going through and just doing the rear. I'll buy them off of him and then throw them on here temporarily. So I'll have 4 pistons on here, which will still be bigger than the ones that are on there. And realistically, I kind of want to replace these anyways, because this left caliper is clicking a lot, so there's probably issues with it, and I'd much rather just get rid of them. I already got new tires, which will be way better than the ones I had on there. 2 of these were good, but this one, as you can see here, has a giant nail right there, and I think it's missing a patch of thread here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, this one was missing a big chunk of thread right there. So as much as I'd much rather try to get my money back on this, I already burned myself on the shipping, which was about $67, and that really sucked. I don't think I'm really going to get any of that money back, and it doesn't make sense to try to return them because I'm probably going to have to pay shipping again to send them back. So the second option, which we'll probably may or may not do, or I can even just buy the calipers and then sell it together to someone else who has a S197 platform that wants to do the 4-piston GT brake calipers from the S550. along with these rotors, and then we'll be able to swap them out on their S197 that doesn't have Brembos, and it's just as good as an upgrade. I've seen a few people use those because they still want to run 18s. They want to go to 19s because there's a lot less variety of 19s than there is 18s, so people usually want to stick to the 18s. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably head out and get those checked out, see how they fit, and then go from there and see where they decide to go today. I might just end up waiting. I'll probably call up the company, see if there is a way that I will for sure get them Tuesday, hopefully no later than Thursday, so that way I can get those swapped out, ready to go. Also, finally over here, because I know you guys are probably going to be asking, and I've mentioned it to a few people now, this is going to be taken apart here soon, hopefully. So I got the transmission off, pulled that off, trying to get that sold. Hopefully someone wants it. I don't know, we'll see what happens with it. But the motor, the engine over here with the supercharger, so I got the belt off, and a lot of the other stuff is disconnected, just mainly so it kind of, I was able to remove all the wiring. So right now the wiring's removed, the coil pack and the spark plug wires are removed, and it's kind of like bare engine right now with everything bolted on, no wiring aside from that grounding plug that's right there. I think the knock sensor is still plugged in too. Probably here in the next week or two, I'm gonna get a stand for this, put it up on the stand, and start tearing it apart, inspect all the parts, find a box for the supercharger kit, and just start throwing it all back together, and we'll see whoever wants to buy it off of me. We'll see what people offer me, and then I gotta package it, take it somewhere to get weighed, and see how much shipping estimate would be, and then we can go from there and negotiate prices and see what people want to pay me for it. Normally I go first come first serve, but in this case I've had so many people ask me about it. I'm gonna probably do it based on whoever wants it the most, which is whatever they want to pay me, and whoever replies to me the soonest, and then we can work on a price, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned for that. If you want to start asking me now what you want to consider paying me for it, I can try to see if I can figure out what the weight of the box was when I originally got it, and then try to see if I can get the dimensions, the weight calculated, so I can see what its shipping is going to be, and then we can get that process done sooner. The one thing is I'm just going to have to look into see what parts will have to be replaced. Fuel injectors may or may not have to be replaced. I won't know until I take them out and then get them inspected. Maybe they'll just have to be cleaned and they'll be able to reuse, but if not, that's the only issue, is parts availability, how easily findable some of these parts are going to be to get this thrown in another vehicle and ready to go. So stay tuned for that video. I want to start doing that hopefully here soon. I also have a whole bunch of other extra parts that I need to get rid of, so if anyone needs any parts, I have quite a lot of stuff to get rid of. Probably one of the things people are going to want. I have the Ford Performance, or I guess it was Ford Racing back then, the Ford Racing dual exhaust conversion for the, is it 05, the 10 V6 Mustangs? Actually, I think it's only 9. I don't know if it fits on the 10. But I have that right here. If someone wants it, if they want to message me and you want to buy this off of me, we can talk pricing and then we can go from there. I also have the old tires off the Mustang, the torque style or the thrust style wheels here. Trying to get those sold. If anyone wants those as well, just let me know. And then just any other miscellaneous parts that might have come off of it you see in the videos, just ask. I might still have it, I might not. It's always good to ask, and just let me know that you're looking for it, and I can let you know if I still have it. Actually, these as well, I'm probably selling these as well. Maybe try to get them fixed because they did have a lot of curb rash. I know at least 2 of the tires are good, the other 2 are bad. This one was bad, and one of the other ones is leaking air, probably because it has a nail in it. I just need to figure out where that nail is. But that's pretty much it from here. Really, once I get the brakes done, I already have the wheels and tires, all that's good to go. The last thing really is going to be the transmission. Once I pull the transmission, do an inspection of it, depending on how bad it is, I'll probably just send it to a shop, get it fixed. If it's nothing too major, I'll probably try doing it myself. So we'll go from there once I get that pulled out, probably in the next week or 2. So for now, I'm probably just going to end this video here. Just a quick update on what's going on with the project car, with the Mustang Coyote swap. It's getting close. It's getting really close. She's coming together really nice. I'm really hoping to get this car back on the road driving before the end of the month, because car shows and track days are starting to come back, and I really want to get back out there and get this car, really kind of see how well she drives, and then kind of go from there. Just keep racing, building it, and then just upgrading more and more parts. All right, so thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, more updates on what I'm doing with the project. Actually, here soon I plan on doing a video on the total cost of the swap. So I'm gonna include the cost of the donor, replacement parts, parts I needed to buy to get the swap to work, and then obviously parts that I had to replace because they were probably either broken on the car or it was just something that I wanted to fix up, and I went with an upgraded part because it made more sense to upgrade now than later. So I probably want to include stuff that I personally bought to upgrade on the car, like these rims and the tires. All of that wasn't really necessary. If you have wheels that'll fit, there's no need to buy new ones. So that pricing will not be included into the total cost, but I will include it into a separate kind of like funding mod cost, if that makes sense. So the cost is just going to be, if you have an 05 to 09 S197, what is it going to cost to do a Coyote swap? Which route makes more sense? Either to do what I did, which was the full donor swap, which I used in 2011, or what some people do is they get the easier, cheaper route. Maybe you do the F-150 motor, transmission, and drive shaft, and the rear end, and then you just do the Mustang ECU, and then you go through the strenuous headache process of unwiring everything, splicing everything together, and getting everything to work with the body control module of the 05 to 09. There's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. There's also the accessories bracket that Power by the Hour makes, so that way you can reuse your stock power steering fluid pump and the AC, not the AC, actually yeah, the AC unit, or the AC condenser, and the alternator. So there's always these little things that you can use to get the swap to work, and I'm going to talk about what will be the best route for you and what the cost is going to be for each one of those specific projects to do. So just need a little bit more research into that to make sure I get all the numbers good and everything finalized, and then here soon I'll make that video detailing everything for each portion of the swaps options that you have. All right, so again, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for those videos and those updates as soon as they come out, and with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.